welcome back to my garden. Cherry Blossom, wishing you a day full of energy and joy. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a super simple yet incredibly effective secret: how to create a natural fertilizer that helps orchid roots grow strongly, plants thrive, and especially blooms 3 times more than usual. With just a little patience, care, and love for each orchid pot, you will see your garden light up with brilliant colors and sweet fragrance spreading everywhere. Now let's get started. Before using fertilizer to care for the plant, the first and very important thing is to water the roots and growing medium of the orchid with a sufficient amount of clean water. This helps to moisten the entire growing medium evenly, helping the orchid roots to absorb nutrients more easily, and at the same time avoid burning the roots when in direct contact with fertilizer. In addition to watering directly into the substrate, you can also lightly spray clean water on the entire stem and leaves of the orchid. This method helps increase the humidity of the surrounding air, cool the leaves, and stabilize the plant before fertilizing. If you see some roots that are dry, shriveled, or have turned dark brown, you should cut them off. These roots are no longer able to absorb water or nutrients. Keeping them will only hinder the growth of new roots. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons to support me, and don't miss any useful orchid care tips. I'm happy to accompany you on the journey of nurturing and conquering the beauty of orchid pots. You can also check the growing medium when watering clean water. If the water flows out clear and clean, it means the growing medium is airy, not dirty, or has salt deposits. The ingredient I use to make natural fertilizer in today's video is lotus leaves. You may be surprised, but lotus leaves contain many useful minerals and trace elements that help stimulate strong orchid root growth, thick green leaves, and longer-lasting flowers. The next ingredient is rose. Rose not only has a pleasant fragrance, but also contains many natural vitamins and minerals, which help increase the resistance of orchids, while stimulating the rooting process and stronger flowering. Next, I will pick up the petals and stamens of the rose and discard the stem. Because petals and stamens contain many easily decomposable organic nutrients, which are very good for composting, while the stem is usually hard and has less nutritional value. What country are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments below. It's great to be able to connect and share our passion for orchids from all over the world. Here I use a medium-sized lotus leaf, then cut it into small pieces. You can adjust the size of the lotus leaf to fit the best effect. Cutting the lotus leaves will make the processing easier ****, and at the same time the nutrients inside the leaves will be released to the maximum, helping the fertilizer to be more effective when used for orchids. Next, we will put the chopped lotus leaves and rose petals into the blender. This step helps the ingredients to be pureed and blended evenly, creating an easily decomposable mixture, helping the natural nutrients to be absorbed faster when fertilized for orchids. Next, add about 500 milliliters of clean water to the blender. This amount of water helps the mixture to be smoother and easier to filter, while retaining all the natural nutrients in the lotus leaves and roses. As you blend, you should smell a light, pleasant rose scent. That's when we stop, as the mixture has reached the right consistency. Next step, We will filter out the residue of the solution through a fine sieve and clean cloth to filter out the clear water, helping the fertilizer to easily penetrate the substrate and the orchid roots to absorb it faster. The last ingredient I use in this natural fertilizer recipe is flour. Flour is a rich source of starch and vegetable protein, which helps nourish the microorganisms in the substrate, while also stimulating the orchid roots to grow stronger and wider. I put about a tablespoon of flour into a clean jar. Add about 1 liter of warm water to the jar. Warm water will help the flour dissolve evenly and activate a light fermentation process, creating conditions for beneficial microorganisms to grow ***, making the fertilizer mixture richer in nutrients and easier for orchids to absorb. After stirring the flour until it is completely dissolved in warm water, I will close the jar lid and leave it for about 1 hour before use. While waiting for the flour mixture to ferment, I will use the filtered lotus leaf and rose water to care for the orchid. I use a soft cotton pad, then soak it in the lotus leaf and rose essence solution. Then use a cotton pad soaked in the solution to wipe evenly on both sides of the orchid leaves. This method brings many positive effects to the growth of the orchid. First, wiping both sides of the leaves helps remove dirt, salt residue, and mold that has accumulated on the surface for a long time, helping to clear the stomata, thereby increasing the ability of photosynthesis and respiration of the leaves. Second, the natural nutrients in lotus leaves and roses, such as flavonoids, vitamin C, and organic minerals, will penetrate directly through the leaf epidermis, helping to increase resistance, making the leaves thicker and shinier. In addition, the light fragrance of the solution also has the effect of repelling small insects such as aphids, fungus, mosquitoes, helping to keep the environment around the plant clean and stable. After about 1 hour of incubation, the nutrients in the flour have dissolved into the water, creating a light, viscous solution containing many natural nutrients that are very useful for orchids. Next, we will filter the fermented flour solution with the nutrients from lotus leaves and roses to create a complete natural fertilizer mixture. When these two solutions are mixed together, they will complement each other wonderfully. Lotus leaves and roses provide minerals, vitamins, and natural antioxidants, while the flour helps to nourish beneficial microorganisms and keep nutrients stable longer in the substrate. After stirring the mixture, let it rest for about 15 minutes before using. After 15 minutes, we get a nutrient-rich solution, which can stimulate orchid roots to grow strongly, help leaves grow thick and green, flowers bloom brightly, and last longer over time. Next, I poured the nutrient solution into the spray bottle and sprayed it evenly over the entire stem, leaves, and roots of the orchid. This is also known as foliar fertilization. Foliar fertilization helps plants absorb nutrients quickly through the stomata on the leaf surface, especially effective for plants that are in the recovery stage or growing young roots. The solution from lotus leaves, roses, and wheat flour contains many trace elements, enzymes, and natural minerals, helping to stimulate photosynthesis, increase resistance, make leaves thick, green and shiny, and less susceptible to fungal diseases. Spraying the solution evenly over the entire plant also helps to create light humidity around the foliage and roots, helping to stabilize the growing environment, especially on dry days. Another way we can apply is to water this nutrient solution directly into the roots and growing medium of the orchid. This method helps the nutrients penetrate deep into the growing medium, where the root system absorbs the main nutrients, thereby stimulating young roots to grow strongly, old roots to recover quickly, and the plant to grow more stably. In addition, the beneficial microorganisms in the flower solution will improve the porosity of the growing medium, helping to increase the ability to retain moisture and exchange gases, limiting the condition of waterlogged roots or clogging of the growing medium. You should use this natural fertilizer formula for orchids about once every 2 weeks for best results. Regular fertilization helps the plant absorb nutrients regularly, the roots grow healthy, and the flowers bloom darker and last longer. On normal days, we only need to spray a light mist with clean water about once every 2 days. This method helps maintain ideal humidity for leaves and roots, while keeping the plant fresh, breathing well, and limiting the occurrence of pests and diseases. Then we will soak the whole orchid pot in this nutrient solution for about 20 minutes so that the plant can absorb the maximum amount of natural nutrients. After fertilizing the orchid through the leaves, remember to wipe off all the remaining drops of solution on the leaf surface, especially in the leaf crevices and the leaf tips. This is very important because if the solution is left for too long, when exposed to sunlight or high humidity, it will easily burn the leaves, rot the tips, or create an environment for fungal diseases to develop. The ideal time to care for and fertilize orchids is early morning or late afternoon. This is when the temperature is cool and humidity is stable, helping the plant absorb nutrients and water best without heat shock or leaf burn. Then, we will lift the orchid pot out and place it back in the garden. Choose a well-ventilated location with light and good air circulation. This helps the orchid roots to breathe better, limits the development of fungi, and at the same time creates conditions for the nutrients that have just been absorbed to be effectively metabolized throughout the plant. This is the result after 3 weeks. As you can see, the young roots don't grow too much, but each one is big, round, and healthy. This proves that the plant is absorbing nutrients very well. The roots are growing slowly but surely, helping the plant stabilize its growth and prepare for the upcoming budding and flowering stages. The leaves have become shiny green, thick, healthy, and full of vitality, while the new young leaves are growing straight, fresh, and smooth. This is a sign that the orchid is growing very stably, absorbing nutrients well, and has high resistance, entering a strong growth stage and blooming beautifully. Flowers that bloom evenly, are rich in color, and vibrant are the clearest proof of the results of perseverance and proper care. Each fresh, long-lasting petal shows that the plant has absorbed enough nutrients, grown healthily from the roots to the stems and leaves, and this is the worthy result of our dedicated care. In the process of caring for and growing orchids, if you encounter any difficulties or questions, do not hesitate to leave a comment below. I am always willing to share my experiences and support you, so that everyone can own healthy orchid pots that bloom brightly all year round. I hope this video will help you have another useful option in caring for orchids at home more effectively. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is the motivation for me to continue sharing tips for growing healthy blooming orchids in future videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.